How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Dead Jester Productions podcast, episode number 179. I'm your host, Josh or J. Moskers. It's a solo show. It's been a while, and we have a lot to catch up on anyway, so I thought I'd do this one by myself, rather than try and cram someone in last minute. Yeah, what a hassle this one's been to record. It's been about 25 minutes since I first started trying to record this. Loaded it up, had some audio issues, so I restarted my computer. Then it told me I had to install some updates, so I did that real quick. I opened it back up, and right as I started recording, Discord popped open and screwed everything up. Just a real hassle. I don't know. So we'll see. Hopefully everything goes well here. It's gonna be a short episode. It's probably gonna be about 35-40 minutes since it's just me. We got stuff to talk about. So this episode obviously will be coming out on June 21st, 2023. If you're from the future or the past, I don't discriminate. And yeah, so I've been promising for ages that I've been working on the new website for Dead Jester Productions, and that is the case still. We are right at the end of the process. I have the new website built. There's just like one or two pages that need the actual content created for it. I guess I'll do a rundown of what the gist of it all is. So I built it from the ground up, and it's a lot more focused on just the podcast and working with other content creators. So I'm sure for those of you that have listened for a while know I do a lot of behind the scenes work with other content creators, helping them get their channels started, running, I was gonna say running tests, which is sort of true, but more just, taking notes on their channels, giving it a quick scan, seeing what can be improved. A lot of people don't know enough about, SEO, like search engine optimization, how to get their content noticed. And so it's all going through, in that regard and just helping them, increase the odds of people finding their content, which is, what I do for a living. I've done that a lot in the background. And I mention it on the show a lot, and there's little, on the current website, as of this being recorded, there's pages describing the Dead Jester Productions partner program and, how we can help people, but it's not a feature, really. It's not like a big thing on the page. When I designed that version of the website, it was an addition, it wasn't something that was there originally. And so with this new website, it is all front and center. When you click onto the website, it'll, at the top, it'll say, I forget the exact phrasing I have right now. Might change it over time, but it's basically creating content and helping you grow yours. And that's the thing. It's going to focus a lot on the podcast and helping other people grow their content. And that's a focus I've wanted to shift to for a while, because I really have fallen away from YouTube and Twitch, and I still might do those things every once in a while. I know Klaus has talked about streaming some games before. I don't know if we've mentioned it on the show or not here. But if he and I, play some games together, we can stream it. It won't be like a 4-hour long session or anything. It'll, be like an hour or two maybe, once every couple of weeks even. But just so there's actual content for people to see, can interact, more, live interaction, which is what people like sometimes. And then I can just upload those streams to YouTube. And, but yeah, it's, like I said, I've been focusing more on the podcast than anything other than obviously the partner program, which is what I've focused on a lot, So the website revolves around the podcast a little bit, and then very much so around the partner program. You'll be able to see like the different ways we can help people, from branding, artwork, design, stuff like that. Content creation itself, like helping people figure out how to actually record better audio, video, etc. How to get their brand, quote unquote brand, set up, and just everything in between, from the start of your brand to helping you grow into a, again, quote unquote business, so to speak. I don't like when people get into it for the money, and if I've talked to people over time that have kind of got into it with that mindset. We're like, oh, I've got this, but how do I monetize like my YouTube? I'll use YouTube as an example. They'll say, yeah, I'm getting some views, but like I want to hit partner so I can monetize. It's like, well, that's the first problem. You can't just throw random content up and, just expect to make money off of it. Even if you hit the requirements for YouTube Partner, which have been adjusted. I forget what they are. I just saw it the other day. They adjusted the requirements to hit the YouTube Partner level, and they lowered it again. But you can hit those, and then if you're only getting like 100 views a video, you're getting pennies, just like pennies at the most. And so I don't know. I feel like people go into it with the wrong idea a lot of the time, expecting to make like, oh, even if I make only $100 or so a month, it's like you have to be very fortunate to be making $100 a month on YouTube if you're not churning out quality content, unique content, and on top of your SEO game, trying to get people to actually find your content. You have to stand out in a crowd. It is an overly saturated market for basically anything at this point. The internet is a vast and varied place. So to be able to stand out, you have to do something very incredible. And it's just, you have to know what you're doing. And so that's part of what the partner program is. We're going to be focusing on that a lot more and just really trying to hammer home how to help people with that and do everything we can to get them set up. So yeah, that's what's been going on with the website. Right now I have most of it done. I have to swap out images, but that's a really quick thing. I've just been holding off on that because I have my camera here. I might just take some photos of me working or something as like generic photos, some screenshots of stuff. I'm not quite sure yet, but it's stuff that I could do relatively quickly. And so I'll do all that at once right at the end and just update everything real quickly. What I'm working on right now for this is there's a beginner's guide I'm going to upload where it includes how to start YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and if anything else pops up, I might add it there. And just the beginner's checklist, essentially, for how to get started on all these things. Just to get the ball rolling for people so they don't have to sign up for anything. They don't have to like reach out or anything. They just come to the website, click on that, and be like, all right, these are the steps I need to take in order to get started. And then just some tips like, have 20 tags. I forget if they're tags or keywords. I forget what YouTube calls them. They might be tags. But have 20 tags in the description. Have 20 tags and have 20 tags. Have 20 of those tags featured in the description, and then have so many of those in the title, and just things like that. Little tips that help people get started and have a basic understanding of what to do to market their stuff. And then if that helps them enough and they feel like maybe they want more instruction or more help, more consultation, they can sign up for the Digest Productions Partner Program, and we help them further. We spend a lot more time. We do, sit down calls, whatever, and we really focus on their content and try and really help them get everything set up, help them learn. That's the main thing. I don't want it to be, and like I said, I haven't done this from the start. It's been a learning process for me in sort of like a mentor teacher sort of role over the years. Just learning how to do that from that point of view, as opposed to just me doing something for other people. I want it to be more of like a learning experience as opposed to, here, let me take care of this for you. That'll get you started. Let me know if next time you need it done. I don't want to do that. I want to help people learn how to do it themselves so they don't have to rely on anyone else, and just give them the tools they need to succeed, as opposed to doing it for them and just making it so they rely on you in order to succeed. Because I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's fair for people either. I think it's kind of a shitty business practice. So yeah, I'm focusing on that beginner's guide. And then after that, I'm trying to figure out, I need like 1 or 2 pages that we have like the partner program is going to be sectioned off in the sense that there's a free section and then there's going to be a $5 a month section, which I think is more than generous, if I'm being completely honest. If you were to hire a professional to do it, quote unquote professional, anywhere off the internet, Fiverr, Upworks, things like that, it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars to get someone to come in, update all your content for you, walk through everything, provide examples. It's going to cost you tons of money to do this. I set it at $5 a month. One, because it's just me. So I don't have the time to invest all the time like it's a full-time job, like some of these other people. So it's going to be me in a consultative role, talking to people about, how to improve things. And like I said, focusing on their content specifically, as opposed to just sending out here's some tips on how to do this. I want it to be more, here's an example of a video. Here's, what again, I'm just going to use YouTube as an example in all this. I find that that's probably going to make things a bit easier. So like for YouTube books, I'll use the amazing Pat. I had him on the show a handful of weeks ago. I can't remember how many now. He had reached out and asked for some information. I said, okay, I'll be happy to help. I had went to one of his videos, one of his Diablo 4 videos. I forget which one. And, I just looked at the keywords he used, the title, description, his thumbnail, everything, every little aspect of the video. And I got back to him and said, these are, what you're doing really well. These are what can be improved. And then some of this is just how, the algorithm works to an extent. And I hope it was helpful for him. I hope, he was very appreciative, and I very much appreciate him allowing me the opportunity to provide him with feedback and information. And I hope it works out for him. Obviously, I'd be very happy to have him back on the show. I enjoy his content. That's why I reached out to him in the first place. But that sort of thing, like, taking the time to look through the person's content and do the research so you can provide them with specific vital information as opposed to a very vague general tips and, little tidbits of information that aren't as helpful. Something they could just find online easily. So yeah, I'm just going to have that separation of like the free beginners sort of stuff and then the $5 a month member section, which is going to be like 1 or 2 pages of just, here's some information on like what course information. Like I'm going to separate it for like, I guess I'll explain the partner program a little bit more. What I'll do is I'll sit down and talk with people. I'll schedule a time to meet with them on a call for, 30 minutes or whatever. We'll go over their, what their goals are and everything like that, and go over how, what we'll do with their content. And then I'll put together a plan, give them a checklist of things to do for that plan, and then have them do it. And then sometime later, we'll follow up, like 2 or 3 weeks later, we'll follow up, see how they've done, and, keep repeating that until they're satisfied with where they're at. Just stab myself in the chest with my pen. My poor jersey. But yeah, so that's what we're going for. Like I said, it'll be $5 a month for the partner program. And like I said, those pages will have extra information, more detailed information for people who are already invested in their platforms and are just looking to really expand upon them. So it's those couple pages and then the beginner's guide that I'm working on right now. And then once those 2 or 3 things are done, it's just updating the imagery on the site, and then we're good to go. We're good to launch. I know I've given timeframes in the past. I don't want to do that now because I'm so overworked as it is. We have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Got 7 podcast recordings this week, and it's Monday already. So from Monday to Sunday, we have 7 podcast recordings. I have, work, and then I also have other obligations outside of that I have to take care of on a daily basis. So it's a jam-packed schedule, and I need to be able to breathe every once in a while, which is part of what I like about doing these solo shows. It's part venting and part just, let's take a second to step back and just look at what's going on and, break it all down. So yeah, other than the website, we've been doing a lot of outreach, getting people scheduled, and just trying to really focus back on the brand. We're going to launch relaunch our Facebook platform, our socials in general. I've fallen off so hard on those. I just got, like I said, just so much running around that I lost track of time and haven't been able to keep up on those. So I'm hoping to really be able to schedule stuff out with Facebook and Instagram. There's a thing called the Meta Business Manager. So you can just schedule posts on Facebook and Instagram out as far as you want. So that's super easy to manage. So I'll be able to hopefully take time like once a week, sit down, schedule out for a week or more. And that'll really take a load off my back and make it a lot easier going forward to really manage my time. Twitter will be the one where it's kind of hit and run, just pop in, make a post and get out. There are platforms you can use to schedule these sorts of things, but I don't feel like paying for them. So that's where we're at with that. But yeah, we're just really focusing on getting everything with the brand back on track and focused. I feel like there was a time where we just spread ourselves way too thin, doing the podcast, being guests on other podcasts, doing the Twitch, doing YouTube, and then doing all the behind the scenes partner program work before it was called the partner program, all the socials and stuff. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. It's probably the year before. I think it was because I think I was working from home at the time, where in June I scheduled I'd been working on like posts for every single day for the month, and I was so overworked designing everything from scratch and having to post it manually, and it was just a shit show. And so yeah, I'm hoping by cutting back on a lot of the other content and just really honing what we're trying to do here and focusing it, it'll make things a lot easier and clearer as far as like our objectives. As far as that goes, objective-wise for the brand, I'm really peeling back the layers on this show. I feel like I'm at like a shareholders meeting or something. Yeah, I'm really focused on the partner program. I think I can help a lot of people with that, being that that's what I do for a living as far as like, social media growth and marketing. That's literally my job, has been for years. And yeah, it's something I enjoy doing. I love helping people. I love meeting people and working with people. And so I'm going to set like specific goals for myself and deadlines for them. I'm very much, I guess it's autism. I don't know. To an extent at least, where it's like, if I have a checklist, I can absolutely just go through and do that. It's like playing, any like Skyrim, or I guess a better example would be like, collection games like Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, whatever. Any of the games where it's like you have a counter of like, you have so many gems out of, whatever. Like Spyro, I think it always goes up to 100 or whatever. And it's just, you have like a percentage for each level. And that, the way my mind works, that is so easy because it's just, I go section by section. I slowly work my way through the level until I've completed it 100%, and then I move on. And that's kind of how I'm going to treat, the workload going forward for the brand is, this is what needs to be done. This is what it needs to be done. This is what it's for. And just working through it in that regard and just really organizing everything to the point where I can just really manage it all much more easily. And then hopefully that will provide me with extra time to focus on other things like, my writing and getting in some extra content like Twitch and YouTube and whatnot. I think YouTube for the most part is going to be any clips we get from Twitch whenever I do end up streaming. And once I get the website up and going, I'll focus on the podcast, getting the old episodes up on YouTube. They've added YouTube podcasts to like YouTube Music app. And you have to create a playlist of your podcast on YouTube, and then you can transfer it over to YouTube Music. Obviously, we don't really have many video podcasts. I think we've done 2 or 3 maybe. So those could be transferred over if I make the playlist for it. But what I'm going to do is go back, and you have to manually do it through our host. You have to just go through, create the video file, and then I'll just upload that. And if you haven't already, you can check out our YouTube, Jester Productions. The past 2 episodes, I think, are up there right now. The most recent 2 podcast episodes. It's just a generic background with like a waveform on it, right? And I'm going to manually upload every single one of the old episodes, get them up there into a playlist, and get them transferred over so they can be listened to as podcasts through the YouTube Music app. I think that'll help a little bit. That'll get some more content on our YouTube. Not that people are going to sit there and watch an audio podcast on YouTube, but it's another platform to have it on. I think getting that task done will be super helpful. I've got some vacation coming up in about a month or so, and then 2 months after that as well. So be taking some time off. I can use that to get some of these extra tasks done. So yeah, that's where we are as far as like building the brand up and just focusing on the website and everything like that. I've been really bad about following through on promises as far as content and, the website and things like that. And, obviously I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life outside of the brand and that I haven't really mentioned too much on the show, but it's getting a bit more contained and under control. So I'm happier. I was going to say happier, change to happier with the direction things are going. So we'll see. I'm hopeful for how things are going. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about the brand specifically. Yeah, we'll move on. I do want to say we have a new sponsor, and I pre-recorded the file for it for the ad read, and I think I'm just gonna cut it in like right here or something, so I can splice it in, and then we'll come right back and get on with the rest of the show. Hey guys, new sponsor. You guys know that I during COVID I was working out, getting in shape, putting on a little bit of muscle mass, and putting on some weight from that muscle mass. Very happy. I've continued that. When Klaus comes on the show, we talk about potentially doing boxing at some point, which would be hilarious. So in that vein of things, we have a new sponsor called Liquid IV. And they're a category-winning hydration brand. It's a tongue twister almost. They fuel your well-being. They have a hydration multiplier. It's a powder in a pouch. You add it to 16 ounces of water, add some flavor. My favorite so far is strawberry lemonade. And it's good, tastes good, easy. Just add it in, mix it up. I don't really drink a lot of mixed drinks very often. I have my protein shakes. But other than that, I don't really drink a whole lot. I drink water, pretty much. So adding Liquid IV adds some flavor to it. They've got sea berry, strawberry lemonade, Concord grape, lemon lime, and a bunch of others. So there's plenty of flavors to choose from. You can choose from different sizes of the pouches. I think they have 16, 2-a-pack, 32, 48, and 64. One stick of it, it's in 16 ounces of water. Hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. Tastes good. It's got a bunch of good vitamins in there. 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. And it's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. So definitely check them out. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com. That's liquidiv.com and use code DJP15. DJP15, like Digest Productions 15 at checkout. And here's the upgrade. You get 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code DJP15 at liquidiv.com. Again, that's liquidiv.com. And ready to shop Better Hydration? Use special link in the description to save 20% off anything you order. And it's good stuff. Really been enjoying it. I haven't had it terribly long. Just got mine, but I've been enjoying it. I think you will too. And go check them out using our link in the description and using the code DJP15. Get 20% off. It's worth it. Give it a shot. Thank you. All right, we're back. So, shout out to Liquid IV. Really appreciate them sponsoring the show. And, check them out. They're pretty good. I drink mostly water and very rarely a soda. So having flavor added to the water is always a plus. I'm always hesitant with some things. Like you're just, with a lot of these products, you're just adding like a packet of sugar to it, and it defeats the purpose of drinking water. So having a healthy alternative to these sugar additives essentially is fantastic. So check them out. It helps us. It helps support the show, support the brand in general, and it helps me help other people because I put any funding we get through our sponsorships back into the brand, into the partner program, and everything to do with the show. Helps me purchase ads for people, helps me connect them with artists and pay for the artwork and logos and branding and things like that. So it's all very, very helpful. I would say it doesn't go directly into my pocket, but it literally does. It goes directly into my PayPal, and then I utilize that to help other people. But it's all very much appreciated. And even if you don't buy it, I appreciate you guys always listening and supporting our content. You're all fantastic. Even the people that send me rude emails that I find hilarious, you guys are also great. But yeah, so outside of all the serious brand shit that we've been talking about, I can cut loose now. I had to start recording this episode like 3 or 4 times over again because I've got cursing in the first like 15 to 20 seconds. And I realized that since it's going to get uploaded to YouTube, I don't want to have it get taken down or anything like that because they've been cracking down on that sort of stuff. We've been watching, my girlfriend and I have been watching Silo on Apple TV. I think there's 8 episodes out right now. We've seen them all. As this loud ass vehicle goes by. I've been great about editing this stuff out lately. Not doing that this time. It's just me. I'm just gonna, the second this is done, I'm gonna cut in the ad read and throw this one up on the internet. Yeah, we've been watching Silo. I think it's 10 episodes total. 8 episodes are out now. It's pretty good. If you don't know what it's about people. It's like humanity has been relegated into these silos. I don't know if they say how many levels there are. I'll make it up. 150 floors. And it's these underground bunkers, cylindrical bunkers where people live. So many people live on every floor. I think it's about 10,000 people living in the silo, if I remember correctly. And, so it's they're living there. And, every once in a while they find these old, like, relics of the past. Like, she finds a Pez dispenser, right? And she has no idea what it is. Their history has been erased. And they're questioning why that's the case. And, why the government of the silo is trying to keep things hidden. And it's a lot of secrecy, and it really gives off a lot of Fallout vibes, if you like the Fallout games. Immediately upon starting to watch this show, I was like, oh, this is like Fallout to an extent. Just visually and thematically, it's sort of like Fallout, not necessarily story-wise, but it's pretty cool. It's... there's a lot of twists and turns as far as like the narrative goes. As far as main characters, but some shocking things happening to main characters and things that they do. And it's for the most part you're following one character as they try to uncover the secrets of the silo and a murder that may have happened. It's a good show. We've really been enjoying it. There's 2 episodes to go. They come out every Friday on Apple TV Plus, I think it's what it's called. We've been watching that. We're going to watch, by the time this episode's out, I think we're going to watch Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth. We watched the first one. It was alright. Apparently the second one is a lot more 80s action flick than tightened, controlled thriller. But I'm all for that. I think it's something Klaus would probably like. I know he and I go back and forth on 80s action movies a lot. How there's no real modern equivalent a lot of the times. Other than that, we haven't really watched a whole lot, I don't think. Hasn't been a whole lot to see. What have I been playing? Playing FIFA. Played the shit out of Advanced Wars Reboot. God, those games are so much fun. I missed having those. It's the first 2 Advanced Wars games. They were remade for Nintendo Switch. I finished both of them. Got every credit I possibly could. Got the S-star ranking for both campaigns. Made a bunch of custom maps. My girlfriend and I have been playing those. And it's just so much fucking fun. They're so good. Just a tactical, like, little military game where you just move each turn you can buy more units, move them around. It's just it's just a little tactical military simulation sort of game. Got delayed from the Russian invasion of Ukraine. But it was worth the wait. It's fantastic. Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Played a lot of that. I got distracted by the Advance Wars game. I forget which order they came out in, but I played Tears of the Kingdom, and then all of a sudden I was like, I need to finish Advance Wars. Got back into those, played the shit out of them, and I'm about to hop back into Tears of the Kingdom again. It's both of them great games. And what else? I don't know what else we've been playing. I played some Tiny Tina's Wonderlands with Klaus for a little bit a while back, but there hasn't been a ton coming out that I've been excited for. Obviously, coming up we got Starfield, which I'm very much excited for. Among other games, I don't remember what all they are, but yeah, it's been slim pickings. So I've just been focusing on other things as opposed to playing a lot. There hasn't been too much. We've been playing a lot of like game show games, playing like Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy and shit like that. We did play MLB The Show 2023 on PS5. That was an event. That game is very weird for 2-player local player. It's just bizarre. We did same teams. We were on the same team, so I don't understand who controls what player. It rotates every inning. It changes who pitches, so that's straightforward enough. Every batter it rotates. That's fine. but I can be pitching, and then sometimes I'll be the fielder, and sometimes she'll be the fielder. It makes no sense. I don't know how it works. But yeah, we had some fun with that. You can play it while it's downloading and installing, but you play between the Braves and the Astros, and yeah, we won like 25-0 or something. I didn't know how difficult to make it. I didn't know, like, I think we streamed it before, Kyle and I, back in the day. I think it was MLB the show 2020, 2021. I don't even remember. It might be 20. And yeah, he kicked my ass at that. But I never really played it outside of that, so I didn't know what to expect with AI. And so I was just like, oh, easy, whatever. We'll just see how it goes. I got like 15 runs in the first inning. I was like, this needs to be adjusted. But stuff like that, like Monopoly. We've been playing tabletop games. I have a tabletop version of Gwent from The Witcher. So we play that every once in a while. Magic the Gathering, the Lord of the Rings set is coming out on Friday. I've got the collector's edition pre-ordered, a bunch of boosters and shit, all the commander decks. Ugh, cannot wait to absolutely kick her ass at that. She is gonna hate it. But yeah, it's slim pickings as far as video games go. It has been a ton that I've been super interested in. So it's just been revisiting the classics for a while, which isn't too bad. We'll get some new games. Once Starfield comes out, I'm going to be fucked. My schedule's ruined. Going to be playing that like crazy. Can't wait to see what kind of typical Bethesda glitch and error shenanigans we get up to. But I'm sure it'll be a blast either way. And then Payday 3 got announced at the Xbox Games Showcase. Very much excited for that because that's a co-op game we can play, Klaus and I. And yeah, if you haven't played those games are so much fun. I played the second one a lot. I don't know if I played the first one, but I know I played the second one a lot, and that was a ton of fun. The third one, all they do is make it look a little bit better, which they definitely did, and just touch up some of the controls and stuff like that, and it'll be fantastic, I think. And I don't even remember what else was announced. Fable. People were freaking out about Fable because the girl wasn't hot. Like, the dumbest shit you can possibly complain about. Avowed was, they showed a gameplay trailer, which I was just kind of Clockwork, I'm just reading down the list now. Clockwork Revolution. It's like a steampunk sort of action RPG. It was also on that. Fable will be cool. I remember playing Fable growing up. So that'll be good to get back to. Richard Iwade's in that. He's a funny guy. Funny little Brit. Take a sip. Liquid IV. Enjoy. Forza Motorsport. I'm gonna play that a bit. Haven't had a lot. I've never really gotten into racing games when they launch. It's more of like, oh, it's like $10 on sale. Sure, I'll give it a shot. I think some of the Forza Horizon games are on Game Pass. I've played those a little bit. But yeah, all the Xbox games coming out are... all the games at the Xbox Showcase, rather, are day one Game Pass. So I'm going to be downloading a lot of them as they come out. So Forza, I'll definitely be playing that because that could be cool. The Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 looks fucking amazing. Like, graphically, it looks amazing. And it's just super interesting to, try everything out, up the difficulty a little bit till realism, and then you just have no idea what you're doing and you crash. They added, like, jobs and things like that to it, so that's pretty cool. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. I didn't play the first. I've heard very good things, so I might have to go check that out at some point. South of Midnight. I don't remember anything about that. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in the American Deep South. Oh, I think that was one with the really weird visuals, if I remember correctly. So I don't really know much about it. And then obviously Starfield, which is fucking insanely hyped. Towerborn. It's from people that made Banner Saga. We'll see about that. 33 Immortals. It's a 33-player co-op game. I think it's sort of like I don't even know. Sort of like Hades, like the game Hades that was out. It's like raid sort of based, where it's all of you fighting against bosses. It's sort of like a roguelike. Maybe. I could be wrong about the roguelike aspect. Cities Skylines 2. We played the first one of those. and I guess the first, which is City Skylines. And it was interesting. It was kind of cool. I remember playing SimCity all the time as a kid, and it was fun. I just hate that they paywall all of like the interesting stuff. Like you have to pay like for, I forget how much it was. The season pass is like $20, I think, and you have to pay for that just to get skyscrapers. It's like, it's called Cities Skylines. Why do you have to pay extra for skyscrapers and all this shit? Like the fun stuff. It's fucking annoying. But yeah, we'll see. Might try that out. Dungeons of Hinterberg. I don't really remember anything about that. Jusant is again, don't really know anything about that. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. You didn't really see any gameplay for that. It's just him the main character waking up naked on a beach. I never really played any of those games. I don't know. Couldn't get into them. From what I've gathered from watching some gameplay and stuff like that, it's just a lot of slice of life side quest stuff where it's just kind of mundane at a point. I think. We'll see. I don't know. It's just not my... It's like with Persona. I tried Persona 5 and just could not get into it. I got so bored with all the slice of life stuff. I was like, how is this gameplay? Yeah, Metaphor, Reef, Fantasio. Again, those are from people behind Persona. I think I'll pass. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. That's like a super Japanese stylized, like Souls or Sekiro style combat looked like. It's really bizarre looking in a good way. Yeah, obviously Payday 3, Persona 3 Reload, pass on that. Persona 5 Tactica, pass on my part. Not shit on the games, just not my thing. Star Wars Outlaws. Man, they call it open world, but I don't know. We'll see. I just don't give a fuck about Star Wars. I've said it before on the show. People have given me a hard time a couple of times where I don't think Star Wars is a good series. I don't think any of the movies are very good. Most of the games aren't that great. Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, the original ones were great. There's a couple of other... I remember playing a couple on like PC and shit back in the day. There's been a couple of okay ones. People say Knights of the Old Republic, but that's fine, fair enough. But yeah, most of them are just not good. And I just can't fucking get into it. I just don't care. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. Still Wakes the Deep. That's like a horror game set on an oil rig out in the ocean. An oil platform, rather, I guess. And that could be interesting. We'll have to see if I can... that's on X... obviously, all these are on Xbox. Spook the girlfriend with some of these. And then they announced the Xbox Series S. Was it Carbon Black? It's got a terabyte of storage. That's the upgrade. Terabyte of storage and it's black. So it's the Series X, but smaller, digital only, and not as powerful. So that's what's coming up as far as like the Xbox Game Showcase. They had, I think it was it Ubisoft Connect as well or whatever, and none of those looked interesting for the most part. It's really just Starfield I'm looking forward to at the most part here. Like I said, I'll download a lot of the other games that are available through Game Pass once they're free. But I'm not really hyped for most of them. It's just Starfield. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been a lot of me working on stuff. That's really it. My life's been somewhat boring as of late. It's disappointing. I'm going to be a guest on a show, Guy in His Room podcast. I'm recording that tonight after this in 4 minutes. So we're going to wrap up here right in 4 minutes. But yeah, no, it's just been steady working away. Again, I want to reiterate, I can't thank you guys enough for the support you've shown we're about 3.5 years in now. Very much appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being, like I said, supportive, but also creative, really providing your own feedback, all of your input. I love seeing the audience and the members of our community coming up with their own content, whether it be emotes or artwork or things like that. It's so fucking cool. And it's very much appreciated. can't thank you guys enough for that. We've had a lot of ups and downs, obviously. Between Kyle leaving the show a while back, we had Frost on, but he left so early, it doesn't really count as a hiccup. Kyle was on for quite some time, and he moved on. He lost the passion for it and had other things coming up in his life he wanted to focus on, and I don't blame him. It's a commitment, and he had other things he wanted to focus on. So kudos to him. He seems a lot happier now, and that's a good thing. I'm really happy for him. We still keep in touch, and just we've hit a lot of roadblocks, and we've had a lot of successes that I didn't expect, with COVID, being home all the time, being able to stream full time essentially during that period, gave us a huge boost on Twitch and YouTube for a time period. And it was very successful, all things considered, with what we were putting into it. So I understand I'm in a very privileged position a lot of times, and I feel like I don't show my appreciation enough. So I did want to mention it on the show here. I feel like doing these solo shows is a good way to kind of set the tone for things, as opposed to doing it when a guest is on and they're just kind of they feel out of place when I sit here and have a heart-to-heart with the audience, and they have nothing to add to it. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm happy to keep going with it. I'm really happy to see how things keep going, and excited to launch the new website and the partner program and get everything really going full steam ahead. Like I said, with the way my schedule's been going lately, I should have a lot more free time, not just only to record more podcasts with guests, but just focus on everything we've got going on and making the most of it, and being able to reach out to the audience and the community and give back and work with them as much as possible is the best part of all of it. So anytime anybody ever wants to come on the show, just hit me up. I'm JMoskers on Twitter, or josh@deadjesterproductions.live. It's my direct email for the brand. You can reach me there. It's a great way to get in touch with me. I'm always happy to chat with people and have them on the show. If you have questions, you need support, don't feel embarrassed to reach out saying, hey, I need help, growing my Twitter, my YouTube, Instagram, whatever. It's what I do. It's what I love to do and love to help people. So don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to do that. And thank you again for all the support. Go check out Liquid IV. Thank you very much to them for supporting the show. And this has been episode 179. We'll see you next time. Bye.